Hey there guys, what's up? Today we're going to be playing some more MineZ. We're going to be doing the Sunken Mire dungeon, and this dungeon is in the swamp. It's not terribly difficult, but it is a bit long. It's a lot of just running around and doing different tasks. This first part of the dungeon is a dropper. You're going to want, if you have, to wear some feather fallings, and if you don't have, then I would highly recommend not bringing things that you like, or else you might die. So in this part, you could just drop straight down if you know where you're going, but I would recommend just jumping across like so. And then I'm gonna put on these feather fallings I got from Necromancer Tower because they're very epic and they could save my life. And then I personally just like to work my way down very carefully. Once we get to here, you see the cobwebs down there, you're just going to drop right in. You could also just drop into the water, but if you're going the route that I just did, you can just drop into the cobwebs. Once you've dropped here, you're going to come over here, and we're going to go ahead and grab this piece of wood. You can just right click it to get the dry branch, and then you're going to take this branch over to the water, right over here. You're going to swim under this area, and then drop it into this fire. Once you touch the fire, you'll gain a particle trail, and when you have this particle trail, you can burn cobwebs. In specific, you can burn like pieces of wool attached to cobwebs like over there. So as you'll see, we will step on this, and once we burn it, our particle trail will disappear. A bunch of spiders are going to drop down. I would super duper recommend bringing an infinity bow to this dungeon. It just really helps with dealing with all these spiders. Once you deal with all the spiders, you're going to want to go ahead and get that particle trail again. For the second platform, we are going to come over here and do a little bit of parkour. You can follow these wool carpets. They just kind of show you the general path, and then once you get over here, make sure you don't touch the water or your particle trail will go out like that. So we are back here, and we can step on the wool block, and then the spiders are going to drop down again. Once you've killed all the spiders, go ahead and get that particle trail once more. In order to get the last platform, we come over here and just do a little bit of parkour over here onto this last wool block. Now that all of these spiders have been killed, we can platform across there to that area. But make sure to grab the fire particles again one last time. And then I do apologize for the frame stutters. That's just part of the performance of this dungeon. It's not very well optimized in certain versions of Minecraft. With this area, you're going to notice these dark glass panes down there. If you fall for whatever reason down there, you will not die, but what will happen is that you get teleported out of the dungeon into the swamp caves, which is basically a fate worse than death, so you just don't want to fall down there. And then over here, these particles are going to give you levitation so long as you are within them. So as soon as I step out, no more levitation. We'll be using that in a later part of the dungeon. Over here, a bunch of spiders are going to spawn, so you're just going to want to move out of here so that way they don't hit you. And then we're going to get into this little room over here so we can just kill them at a safe distance. We'll be coming back into this room later, but for now, we are going to cross this leaf platform. This is just a little levitation room, so we're going to use the levitation to get around like this. You want to wait until you're high enough to make this area. We'll jump into this one, we'll wait quite a bit, and then we will swim over and just like that. And then a bunch of spiders are going to spawn. We'll kill them. The spiders seem to have a pretty far reach, so you want to make sure you have some potions for this dungeon, because you will take a good bit of damage fighting them if you don't have a bow. Now we will go back to that other room, and we can drop the twig into the fire. We can get the fire particles, but watch this. If you go this way, your particles will disappear because of the water raining down. So you'll actually want to go a different route. We're going to go this way, and this way. And we are going to take that over to this wool block. A bunch of spiders will fall, kill them, rinse and repeat. Bye. Uh-oh. Next, you're going to climb up here, and then this jump can be a little tough sometimes. We'll jump over here to this carpet, and then if you have trouble with this jump, you can bring a shovel to clear some of the cobwebs. You don't have to, but it can just make it a little bit easier. We'll jump over there, and then we will come down over here. Because if you bring the fire particles here with you, the water is going to put it out, so we have to find a way to get rid of that water. A little more parkour. That jump can be a little sketchy if you don't shift at the edge. We're going to come over here because we want to find a way to get rid of this water. And as you'll see, there's a special item that we're going to need in order to get rid of that. So we're going to get the particles, and we're just going to want to not jump in that water or we'll lose the particles. And then a bunch of spiders are going to spawn, so just back up. They do quite a bit of damage. Now that we've killed them, we can come over here. If you try to bring the particle trail through here, the water is going to get rid of it, so don't bother. For this, you're going to want to do the parkour over here. I'd recommend going for this stair. And then we need to get rid of this cobweb, so we need the fire, which is right over here. Once we get the fire, well, we can't just go back that way because we need to not touch the water, so we're going to go this way. We'll jump over here, and then this way, and we'll work our way upstream. And now that we're back here, we can just complete this jump again. We'll jump right here, and then get ready to kill a bunch of spiders. And now we can complete the parkour. We'll jump onto this leaf block, this one. The more spiders are going to spawn. And finally, we have the item that we need, which are seeds. Very cool. Now that we have the seeds, we can plant them right here, and it will drain the water, which is very nice. We are going to want to bring the fire particle trail to this area right here, and in order to do that, we have to backtrack all the way down there to that very first fire part in this area. And then, if you want to, you can drop onto this cobweb. It might just save a little bit of time. And now we can jump back here, and we can re-get the fire. And then don't be a not very smart person like I was and go under here again, because I did that one time. I went into that water, and I got all the way to that cobweb area without the fire particle trail, and that was not very fun because I had to go all the way back and do it again. So as you see, the water's gone, so we can now pass through. Okay, so I almost screwed up there, so don't do what I just did. I almost had to restart the entire dungeon if I'd fallen. So now we can come over here. You'll have to walk through the cobwebs. It's kind of annoying, but it's not too bad. And then just jump into that last cobweb. Definitely enter this area with full health. There are a lot of spiders. So once you have the fire particle trail, we're going to come over here, and this is going to be a spider chase sequence. I like to just kill all these spiders because I don't like to be rushed and chased by a bunch of spiders, but if you want to run and you're speedrunning, go ahead and run from them. So they are going to spawn. It's a lot of spiders. There's a lot of spiders. But it is manageable. Got me kind of low though. Not really sure why the spider's dropping rotten flesh, but okay, I won't question it. Once we've beaten all the spiders, we can just make our way through these cobwebs. I would just recommend killing all of the spiders before you go through the cobwebs, or else the spiders will catch you in the cobwebs, and they can pass through the cobwebs just fine, but you can't, so it makes it a lot more challenging. But with that, we've just about finished the dungeon. This dungeon is not terribly difficult. It's a little bit long. It's in the middle of nowhere. The biome kind of sucks. The mobs kind of suck. The loot is kind of average, but it's a fun dungeon if you haven't done it before to do it. And the reward is the web shot. The web shot is a bow. When you right-click and you shoot it, it will spawn a ball of webs wherever the arrow lands, and the webs depend on the amount that you draw back and the distance and all that, and it will take up 2 arrows. This is a pretty cool item for PvP, or it even has PvE use. You know, if you want to jump into the bottom of the canyon, you can shoot down a web and jump into it. So yeah, that will do it. This is the Sunken Mire dungeon. Thank you all for joining me today, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.